And you're only as good as the team you build. And so I had great confidence in the people that I had working with me. And I was a strong believer that you should never be afraid to have people who are smarter than you in the room. You know, sometimes people think that being a leader means that I always have to have the answers. And my view was, what made me a good leader was I always had the right questions. But I counted on smart people to have the right answers. Because the truth is, as President of the United States, you couldn't be an expert in everything. I had to deal with nuclear issues, I had to deal with climate change, I had to deal with the economy and finance and Ebola, and you couldn't be an expert in all those things. But what I could do is I knew how to ask the right questions, how to build a team, and to create a process, as I mentioned earlier, in which everybody had a perspective. And we were able to test out our ideas and our theories based on rational thought and facts and data and reason. Very few of the big problems that came to my desk were ones that were easy to solve. Because by definition, if it was easy to solve, somebody else would have solved it. The only things that came to me were the things that nobody else could solve. So I only had hard problems that didn't have perfect solutions, and so I learned to be comfortable making decisions based on probabilities. If I had done a good analysis and I had good data and I had heard all the points of view and all the arguments for and against a certain course of action, you know, at the end of the day, I might have a 55% chance of this being right, 45% chance of it being wrong. You know, when I ordered the team to go in to get bin Laden in Pakistan, we didn't know for sure that that was bin Laden, but I trusted the process that we had set up that allowed me then to take that action. You know, when we were saving the banks and the financial system, some of the things we tried, we didn't know they would work, but I had created a process that I knew I could trust. So I say all that because sometimes people would ask me, how did you handle the tensions of having such big decisions and this burden on me? And what I said to them is I couldn't always guarantee that I was making the right decision, but I could guarantee that I had looked at all my options and that this was, based on the information I had, the best decision I could make. I could have confidence about that. And I think for those of you who are in whatever leadership capacity, if you know that you have done things the right way and thought through all the possible variations on how you might solve a problem, then you have to let go of fear and just say, okay, you know, this is the decision I'm making, and hopefully it works out. And you won't get the right decision every time, but over time, on average, you'll make better decisions than somebody else would.